Hello friends, welcome to my channel Eccentric Learning. Many videos on various quantitative aptitude topics has already been uploaded. I hope you guys are going through that. If not, some of the videos link has been given in the description box. Please go through it. Also, if you like my videos, then do subscribe my channel and also share with your friends. Today, we are going to start a new topic, time, speed and distance. Time, speed and distance is a very lengthy topic, but I would try to cover the maximum concepts and questions through my videos. Let us see what we will be covering in this topic. Firstly, we'll be learning the basic formula using time, speed and distance, that is, distance is equal to speed into time. We would be also seeing how, if one is constant, how the other two are related to each other. Then we'll be learning the concept of average speed, where we can use some direct formulas to calculate the average speed in certain scenarios. Post that, we'll be learning about the relative speed concepts, and we'll be also learning the concepts on boats and streams. Post that, we'll be learning the concepts of races and circular tracks, and we'll be also doing some questions based on the above concepts. So let us start with the basic formula used in time, speed and distance, that is distance equal to speed into time. Suppose there is a car which is traveling at a speed of say 50 km per hour. So that means every hour or in 1 hour, the car is covering a distance of 50 kilometers. So if I want to find how much distance will this car cover, say in 4 hours. So that means in the first hour, the car is covering a distance of 50 km. Again, in the second hour, the car is again covering a distance of 50 km. In the third hour again, the car is covering a distance of 50 km. And in the fourth hour also, the car is covering a distance of 50 km. So altogether, the car has covered 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50, that is 200 kilometers, or we can say that this is simply 50 times of 4. That is, the total distance d would be equal to the speed times of the time taken. So we can say that distance is equal to speed into time. So if we assume that a car is traveling at a speed of say 120 km per hour, and the car has traveled say for 8 hours. So what would be the total distance covered? So this would be simply 120 times of 8, which would be 960 kilometers. Now say from this distance is equal to speed into time, if I make d to be constant. So the product of speed and time would be constant, or speed varies indirectly to the time taken. That means a car which is traveling at a higher speed would be taking lesser time to cover a certain distance than a car which is traveling at a lesser speed and would be taking more time to cover the same distance. For example, say two cars, say C1 and C2, are traveling from a point A to point B, and the car C1 is traveling say with a speed of 40 km/h, and the car C2 is traveling with a speed of say 50 km/h. And the car C1 is taking say 5 hours to reach from the point A to point B. Then how much time would the car C2 be taking to reach from point A to point B? In this case, the distance is constant. So we can say that the speed ratio would be the inverse of the time taken by these two cars. So we can say that 40 upon 50 would be equivalent to the time taken by the car C2, let it be T, upon the time taken by the car C1. So this would be 5. So if you simply calculate this out, this would be simply 4 hours. Or directly we could have told that since the ratio of the speeds are 4:5, so the time taken by these two cars will have the ratio of 5:4. So if the car C1 is taking 5 hours to travel from A to B, then the car C2 would be taking 4 hours to travel the same distance from A to B. In a similar way, say from distance is equal to speed into time, if I say that the time is constant, so we can say that distance would be directly varying to speed. So that means if two cars or if two objects are traveling for the same time, then the ratio of their distances traveled would be simply equal to the ratio of their speeds. In a similar way, if from distance is equal to speed to time, if I make speed constant, so distance would be varying directly to the time taken. So that means if two cars or if two objects are traveling with the same speed, then the ratio of their distances traveled would be equal to the ratio of their time taken. Okay, so now let us see the concept of average speed. Average speed of an object can be simply defined as the total distance traveled upon the total time taken. For example, say if a car is traveling at a speed of say 50 km per hour, say for the first 4 hours, and then travels at a speed of say 80 km/h for the next say 2 hours. Now, what would be the average speed for that car for the entire journey? So we can find the average speed simply by using this, that is total distance traveled upon total time taken. Now, for the first 4 hours, the total distance traveled by this car would be simply 50 times of 4, which would be 200 kilometers. And for the next 2 hours, the total distance traveled by this car would be simply 80 times of 2, that is 160 kilometers. So the average speed for this car for the entire journey would be simply total distance traveled, that is 200 plus 160 upon the total time taken, that is 4 plus 2. So if we simplify this, this would be 360 upon 6, that is 60 km per hour. So that means on an average, the car is traveling a distance of 60 km per hour. Now, before moving ahead, let us see what is arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. Suppose if I have n numbers a1, a2, a3 till an, then the arithmetic mean of these n numbers is simply the sum of all these numbers upon the total number of numbers, that is n in this case. And the harmonic mean is given by the total number of numbers upon the sum of the reciprocal of all the numbers. So for two numbers a and b, the arithmetic mean would be given by simply a plus b upon 2, and the harmonic mean would be given by 2 upon 1 by a plus 1 by b, which can be simplified as 2ab upon a plus b. Okay, so now let us see how we can use in some cases the formula of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean to find the average speed. Let us take two cases. In the case 1, when the distance traveled is constant, and in the case 2, when the time is constant. In the first case, say there is a car which is traveling at a speed of say x km per hour from point A to point B, and once the car reaches to point B, the car changes its speed to say y km/h and reaches the point C. So the average speed would be simply the total distance traveled upon the total time taken. So in this case, this would be d plus d, and the total time taken from the point A to point B would be distance by speed. So this would be d by x plus d by y. So if you simplify this, this would be 2 upon 1 by x plus 1 by y, which would be simply 2xy upon x plus y, and which is nothing but the harmonic mean of the speeds x and y. In a similar way, in case 2, when the time traveled from point A to point B is say t hours, and the time traveled from point B to point C is say again t hours. So in this case, when we'd be finding the average speed, this would be simply total distance upon total time. So total distance would be speed into time from A to B plus the speed into time from B to C upon the total time, which would be T plus T. So if you simplify this, this would be simply x plus y upon 2, and which is nothing but the arithmetic mean of these two speeds. Now we can extend this to infinite speeds and we'll be getting the same formulas. That means when a car is traveling with different speeds but for the same distance, in that case, the average speed for the entire journey would be simply the harmonic mean of all these speeds. And if a car travels for the same time with different speeds, in that case, the average speed for the entire journey would be simply the arithmetic mean of all the speeds. So that's it for today's video, in which we have seen some concepts of time, speed, and distance. And in the next video, we'll be doing some questions based on these concepts. I hope you have learned something in today's video, but if you have any confusion, you can watch the video again. And still, if you have any doubts, you can put it in the comment box. I will try to answer each one of your queries. So if you like my videos, then do subscribe my channel and also share with your friends. I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing, and keep growing. Thank you.